this video, I'm going to be going over the basics of fingerpicking. So if you are new to fingerpicking, this will be a pretty good entry-level video. I'm working with 4 different chords. We have E minor, G, D, C at 9. Now what I do first off when I'm approaching fingerpicking is what I do with any fingerpicking situation, regardless of what I'm about to play. I automatically come to the strings with my arm resting more on the over the top end of the guitar, and that way my fingers are in this sort of a position. So I'm kind of curling my fingers upward rather than coming from the side and picking this way. You come this way, so it's exactly opposite of the strings. And I assign my fingers with thumb on the E string or 6th string, and then I put my pointer finger on the 3rd string, which is the G string, and I put my middle finger on the 2nd string, B string, and my ring finger on the high E. And that way I'm ready to do pretty much anything. And when I am fretting a chord, I'm just going to, for instance, in this case, start on the E minor. So let's look at what I was just doing from the intro of this video. So notice when I am working through the arpeggiation of the E minor, I'm going to go like this. So my thumb is just going to fall right onto the next string because I only need to hit that one note up top there, and then the other fingers, they're resting on the other strings ready to go, and they're in this clawing sort of motion. I'm not directly underneath and inside under the strings, I'm just right next to them, beside the strings. And so my thumb hits that E string first, and then I'm just going to go through 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now you may have to work with that a little slowly just to get used to doing that, but I will work through it arpeggiating just like this. As soon as I hit string 3 the second time around, that's when I shift to the G chord. Now notice I am still picking the exact same strings because I am on the G chord, which the root note is on the E string, just like the E minor. So I can do the exact same picking pattern, but when I go to a D chord, I'm going to need to change how I pick. So these 3 fingers are always going to be on the bottom 3 strings, but my thumb now has to move to the D string because I'm playing a D chord, so that's the root note. So I emphasize that pointer finger hitting the 3rd string because that's my cue to go to the C at 9, one trick with this C at 9 is what comes next is a walk down. I am counting this out, so this works with every one of the chords. I didn't say it earlier, but you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I end on the 4 count with my ring finger on the high E, because then I'm going to get 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it all works out perfectly in the count for 6 beats. So you get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C at 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can just repeat it over and over again the way that it's set up. The main takeaways that you want to get from this are, no matter what you're about to do, have your picking fingers lined up and ready to go. So I'm over the body like this, thumb is resting on the E string, and then my pointer rests on the string number 3, middle finger rests on string number 2, ring finger rests on string number 1, and then you have that teetotaler pinky just kind of hanging out. And you want to maybe even just practice getting used to this kind of picking for a bit, just to kind of let it get into your system until you don't even have to think about it. We're picking through it, and then you can practice one chord. Let's say it's the G chord, and you do that many times, just getting used to having all of these fingers down here, and then you're working on this here, because now you are dynamic in a lot of ways. So instead of doing a lot of changes here, try to keep it as static as you can by just sitting on that one chord. You can work with it as fast or slow as you want. There's no set limit. It's a good practice adjusting the speed once in a while. It's not meant to be super fast, but it is meant to be helpful in teaching you how to finger pick. And we can get into other finger picking patterns, doing a lot of different things that make it sound even more interesting. But for right now, you can get the basic arpeggiation and go from there.